Hey there, it's Rosie and Bacon Trees, Bucket Bacon Trees, and just making a quick video about what to do during a lockdown or this lockdown, to be productive. I've got way too many things to do to finish. I'm teaching classes online, which is helping sustain our household, but it kind of really sucks that we can't do other stuff like make money at live events and stuff like that for the time being. Whatever. I'm trying to find the positive in all this. So I just give you some ideas of what I do because I work at home a lot. So here's an idea. When you're in lockdown, maybe think about a product to design. For example, I designed, since 2014 anyway, the Rhythm First guitar method, and it's a card set instead of a textbook with a portable strumming device, which I've explored in other videos, but it's basically just a little package here of how to get somebody up and running playing guitar, giving them the fast track. If you look at the artwork, it says, save the textbooks for later, and over here, start learning before you even have a guitar. Because you start strumming first with a strumming device, which I designed because I just get really busy a lot. And so, yeah, that's it. So design a product. Another product I designed was a card game. By the way, I got these all printed at vistaprint.ca or vistaprint.com, depending on where you are. And it's a game. It's a game called Double Digits. And it comes with cards. These are all card-based things, not app-based things. And you can play with 2 to 4 and even up to 6 people by guessing numbers. For example, if I say the number 1192 and you say 1293, the obvious sequence is 1394, etc., etc. Anyways, it's a fun little game to explore. They're going to be on my website soon when I finish it. I got a sales page I'm working on. And that's another thing I'm doing. I got UPC codes for these already. I just have to assign them. I got them registered with Archives Canada. They're trademarked. So there's a lot, there's a lot of steps to do when you're designing a product. You can't just design a product. You have to do prototypes, get it printed, that sort of stuff. Get all the codes ready. I've already got these cards printed. So I started this card-based thing like over a year ago. For sound designers, for making films. You got these cards here, which I will put free PDFs in the link below. And if you want to buy the cards, they're $2 per side. I haven't set a link up for that yet, but I will. So that's what I do in my spare time. Not only that, I designed a homemade musical instrument. I call the rhythm stick. Maybe I'll put a link to the video. You like the smell of the wood? So it's a hunk of crown molding with a bunch of parts put on it like springs. And they don't sound like much until you hook it up to a guitar effects processor. So I do have a video where I did a scene from I Am Legend, and I did the music completely on this thing, putting it through my Zoom G10N multi-effects guitar pedal. So I'll put a link up at the end of this video for that so you can hear what this sounds like. The trick is you have to have a contact pickup. So through Amazon, and now you got to wait a little longer, I ordered these $11 or $12 contact pickups. It picks up the vibration of the wood. If you tap it, you put a delay like on your guitar effects pedal, it actually sounds pretty cool. So with something like a $60 G10N Zoom pedal, you can create a lot of different sounds, right? So this crown molding, like you could even do this with wood that's just lying around your house. Hey pup, you want to sit there? Good girl. So I just put like a bunch of hooks and stuff on it, and it actually sounds pretty good. So I'll put that link up so you can hear it if you haven't heard it before. Some people haven't. These portable strummers I designed. So when somebody's not near a guitar or you're trying to learn guitar, as I mentioned from my Rhythm First guitar method, you can actually start to practice strumming. It's also got a couple of little screws on here to make this a smartphone holder when it's not being used as a strumming device. So these are the kind of things I do anyway, because I do work a lot from home. And so being in lockdown is actually not a big deal for me, except for some loss of income, which really sucks. But, you know, it's temporary. I'm hoping it's temporary anyway. And I'm trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel like most people are. This here is a book I wrote, registered with Archives Canada, signing it a UPC code soon, and it is a 60-day workbook. And this is how I do all this stuff. So I'm going to offer this book for a very low price. In fact, I might just give away the link, and if you give me a donation, I'll put a donation button up. And if you feel like giving me a donation, give me a donation. I'd appreciate it, but I am going to give this away for free for a limited time. And it is a workbook, and you can see here, I won't show you all the details, but you can see I fill this in. I've been working on this for, well, I've got this one here, which is the 120-day version from 2015. So from about 2015, I started working on this. And I have all the things I need to do every day, 5 things per day, major goals, a vision board. I put a little vision board for those people who believe in vision boards. Here's a vision board where you just you write or draw 6 things that you want out of life, including career. If it's a career change you want, or just goal setting in general, this is a workbook to help you goal set. I'll put the link down below. It's going to be free for a limited time. If you feel like giving me a donation, I'd appreciate that, but it's not necessary to do that. That's just totally up to you. My neighbors are just pulling in. They're going to wonder what I'm doing, but I'm shooting a video in my portable studio, and I'm just going to pause it for a sec. I'm just going to pretend to do other stuff so I don't look crazy. Yeah, I'm going to check this glove compartment, even though I don't need to check the glove compartment. And they're sitting in their car, and they're probably looking at me like, oh, what is he doing? Oh, well, whatever. This is my portable studio right now. Anyway, so I've been using these books since 2015 because I don't know if you're like me at all, but I have a problem with procrastination if I don't write things down. So this has helped me change careers over the years. I used to use the same system before I put it into a book format, where I would change careers in a very similar way. And then one day, I think it was like 2014, 2015, I thought, why don't I put this, I think it was the beginning of 2015, why don't I put this into a system and I can provide a workbook so that when people really need to change their career or just do a bunch of goal setting, they can do that. Now, I'm going to give you the digital version, which you have to print out yourself. It's a PDF. If you want the actual printed version, send me an email. I'll give you a good price. I haven't got them set up yet. And I'm working on a PDF fillable version where you can have a PDF and actually fill it in. But that's not here yet. So I'm giving these away for a limited time right now. And see if they work for you. I mean, here's, like I said, here's 2015. Going into 2016, and I got all these, vision board, day after day, things I got to do. So that's 25 things a week I actually have to do, aside from working at the school where I'm teaching. What's really cool about this book is it's got this exit strategy and goal action plan. So if you're in a position you don't like, you can plan your way out of it simply by filling out this exit strategy. It's got negotiating tips in it. It's got a self-assessment, what kind of skills and what kind of assets you have currently. So you're kind of doing a self-accounting type of thing. The vision board, like I mentioned, a progress report sheet so you can chart your own progress, which I've started a new book. I have a few of these. I filled in about 4 so far, which is why I'm able to get a lot of stuff done so I can be very productive. Again, like, unless I write it down and then look at it and remember it, sometimes I procrastinate. So this really helps me personally keep on track. And I've got so much done in the past 4 or 5 years. It's just incredible because of this book, right? So let me know what you think about it. But the one thing that it has, which you might be interested in, if I can find it here. Oh, I think it's hiding between these pages. Yes, the goal funnel concept. I don't like to use the word funnel like sales funnel. This is goal funnel. And basically, it takes all your small goals, your small steps, puts it into your supporting goals, which support your main goals, and then your main purpose. Like who are you? What are you? So it helps define who you are. I don't know who I am necessarily, so I decided I'm not going to use a title for who I am. I invent stuff. I come up with concepts like a preset for an equalizer curve for dialogue editing and live sound, which I call the D curve. I got it trademarked. It just allows me to write this stuff down. Like in the back of the book, it's got raw ideas. You write your raw ideas down, and then when you're ready, you put them into the at a glance to-do list. And look at my list, it's just completely almost full there. But the key thing with this is in the very beginning, here's a question for you. What would you do if you won the lottery? Why aren't you doing it anyway? Just do it anyway. You got a much better chance of creating a new career, a side hustle, whether it's online or actually in person when we're allowed to be in person. You got a much better chance of doing that than you do of winning a lottery. Think about this. Nobody gets on an airplane because the chances of crashing in their airplane are about 1 in 10 million or something like that, last time I read. Nobody gets on an airplane going, this is the one, this is going down. Nobody does that, right? They just assume that it's not going to happen because it's just such a slim chance that an airplane would go down, right? So it does happen, but it's very rare compared to like all other sorts of, risks of death and stuff like that. And then people play the lottery going, this is the one. It's like, oh, your odds are worse for, playing a lottery. And in Canada here, we had the Lotto Max, which they increased it by one number, which totally changes your chances. And they didn't tell anybody, so people went to their website and they complained going, oh, the odds went up because you added a number to this thing, to this Super Lotto Max, whatever. And it's very, very, very rare somebody wins the jackpot, so it keeps building and building. Now, anyway, so that's your chances of winning the lottery. 1 in 49 numbers is about 1 in 14 million or something like that. Like, it's so ridiculously slim that you would ever win the lottery. But with this book, you could plan your way out, plan your side hustle, plan your part-time gig, your new full-time gig, plan your goals. And that's what it's for. Originally, I thought it's like I taught a careers class. And I, because of that, I included like how to make a business card, which I don't think anybody wants to touch anymore. Negotiating tips, which I got from Roger Dawson and other sources. So I tell where I got the actual information. And I started learning negotiating tips back in the 1990s when I drove a car around dropping blueprints and black line drawings off to designers and architects and stuff like that. I listened to tapes every day because I wanted to get out of that driving job, and it just super motivated me to get out of that gig. And I did. I quit one day. I had 6 weeks of a safety net, and that I gave them 6 weeks notice, and I had 1 month of income left. Nothing after that. Immediately made resumes, business cards, hit the pavement, got out there, found a gig, and that worked. So, and I'd done that several times before that, where I changed my career path by putting it into some sort of little system on paper. And it was only about a few years ago, 2015, where I decided I'm going to make a book and call it the 60-Day Career Revitalization Workbook. I almost forgot the name of it because I named it a few different things over those past few years. Sorry, puppy. I'm gonna finish walking you in a minute, okay? Sorry, doggy. Anyway, so hope this helps. Just, I got a lot of things to do, but I wanted to make this video and get it out there. I hope this helps you. Let me know if it helps you. I could use the testimonials because I do want to roll this out in a bigger way eventually. But for now, again, download the PDF for free and let me know if this works for you. Just let me know your thoughts. Maybe I could re-edit it or something like that. So right now it's in the beta testing mode. Right? If you want to print out, I have to charge for that because I got to pay for the paper and stuff like that, and order the ink and all that kind of stuff. But I can't get it Surlocks bound at the moment, so that's going to be an issue. So you don't need to. You can just staple it, and that should be fine. Anyway, put it in a binder too. Anyway, but always keep it near you. And every morning in your first hour, you're going to review what you're going to do in your first hour. For example, I'll show you. Study investing. That's what I did one day. YouTube, get on YouTube videos, work on the video. I've done like several music videos lately, right? But I write them down here. And here's an example of every day You have 2 things you do in your own personal hour. So wake up 1 hour earlier if you can. Turn off the TV, turn off the cell phone, but do research, do reading, some sort of education, something like that. Do 2 things to help you progress in your first hour, and then 3 things during the day. If you're still working, then you have to do your work plus 5 things. So those don't count, right? So over 60 days, if you take the weekends off or include the weekends so you make it shorter, that's totally up to you. Let me know what you think of this book. Cheers, stay safe out there, and please like and subscribe. And I'm out of breath and I'm going to go finish walking the dog. Cheers.